NFL fans, welcome back to another episode of the J All Day Show. We have a lunch break episode for you guys today. We're going to do the Dallas Cowboys mock draft for this upcoming spring. It's been a disaster for the Dallas Cowboys this year. They're 3-7. They've been an absolute dumpster fire, guys. They have been so historically bad. Dak Prescott with that horrible hamstring injury is done for the year. The defense can't stop anyone. They have no running backs at all whatsoever. It's like CeeDee Lamb versus the world. They need a backup quarterback that's better than Cooper Rush and Trey Lance as well. I still never understand why they don't just let Trey Lance play, because Cooper Rush does nothing for your organization at all whatsoever. So I'm going to take out my Eagles bias, and I'm going to give you guys the best mock draft for this Dallas Cowboys team to turn their organization around. All right, here we are in round one. Mason Graham went to the Titans. Travis Hunter went to Jacksonville. Tedero McMillan, he's a gangster. He went number 3, and then we went Carter, Johnson, Campbell, Milroe, and Burden. This worked out perfectly. In my opinion, Ashton Jeanty is a generational talent at the running back position. We haven't seen a college running back this talented maybe since Barry Sanders. He's been unbelievable. Look at these grades every year, 94.4 or above the last 2 years. The dude's averaging 7.4 yards per attempt. That's unbelievable. 26 touchdowns. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? An elusive rating of 218.6. I didn't even know it went that high. This guy is extremely talented. Rushing grade 95, zone grade 93, gap grade 91. This dude is unbelievable. 21st in attempts, 6th in gap attempts, yards after contact first, missed tackles forced first, carries a 15-plus yards, third with 25. This dude is unbelievably talented. He's going to the Dallas Cowboys at number 9 in the first round. I'm telling you guys, Ashton Jeanty could potentially change this organization's future. All right, Cowboys fans, we're picking at number 41 in the second round. There's a lot of really talented players out there, and the Cowboys have a lot of holes to fill. D-line and linebacker are definitely positions of need for this Dallas Cowboys team. Offensive line as well, right? I'm telling you, this offensive line needs some help. They brought in Tyler Guyton in the draft last year, so do they go early? Or do the Cowboys bring in a guy like Jahad Campbell, who's having an amazing year this year, 80.7 grade. He's a good pass rush grade, great rush grade. He looks very, very, very talented, right? Jeanty is probably the best player on the board. That 90 overall grade is going to be hard to pass up with that 91 coverage grade. I know they have some depth at cornerback, but there's a lot of guys there that can't stay healthy. Landon Jackson's having a good year too with the 6 sacks. There's been some injuries to guys like Lawrence. He's been okay. Not a guy I absolutely love, but Gray Zabel, he's going to be too good to pass up. I'm telling you, they're going to. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm bringing in as much offensive line help as I possibly can. I love Gray Zabel. If I'm the Cowboys, it's going to be hard for me to pass him up there. There's some edge defenders from Ohio State that I like as well. Tuamalu from Ohio State is a very, very talented player too. 7 sacks. Run defense grade. They need some guys who could stop the run. So maybe they take a guy like JT in this spot. I mean, he's really good at stopping the run. This is a more of a pass rush guy. Kyle Kennard from South Carolina, from the Gamecocks. Man, it's very interesting. What do they do? I think they take a guy like Tuimuloa. I'm butchering that name, but I like him in this spot. That run defense grade, 90.2, and the Cowboys need some run defense help super bad, right? Okay, now they're drafting at 73, guys. And a guy like Jalen Royals makes a lot of sense as well. He is a absolutely dominant force. 5.2% drop rate. I really like that. Receiving grade 80.3. Bringing in another guy to pair up with CeeDee Lamb is really, really important in my opinion. I think that's the way to go. Bassett, the linebacker, he might be there a little bit later. Connor Colby is a very talented player as well at the guard spot. Jonah, the tackle from Arizona. The Arizona guys don't really play out. I like Xavier Watts, too. He's a very good player at the safety spot. Tyler Booker, the guard, is interesting as well. But I think Jalen Royals, he's the best wide receiver left on the board in the third round. The Cowboys really need to revamp this offense, give it some more weapons. We get another outside receiver. We got the running back with Jeanty. I think now some offensive line help could be really interesting for the Cowboys drafting in this spot in the where are the Cowboys even drafting at? Okay, we're in the 5th round for the Cowboys now. A guy like Logan Jones, the center spot is very interesting as well. But where do the Cowboys go? I think a quarterback later in the draft will be there. A guy like Riley Mills from Notre Dame, he's really coming along the second half of the year. He's been playing really well. They need D-line help. He had an 80 grade last year. He's got pretty good size, 6'5", around 300 pounds. I think some interior defensive line, they got to beef it up a little bit, guys. They really, really do. Peebles is very, very talented as well. He's a little bit undersized, but 6'1", 290. He needs to beef it up a little bit because if we look at a guy like Mills, 6'5", 295, these guys are getting a little bit smaller D-line-wise. CJ West, 6'2", 317. I like that body frame a little bit more. I want to see who's the best at stopping the run. 84 grade, 79 grade, 64 grade. We don't need that. Horsley from Boston College, 6'4", 306. He's a big, big guy. I kind of like this guy. Pass rush win rate at 7.5%. I like him and West. Pass rush win rate at 10% is a little bit better. I'm going with CJ West from Indiana. We got to beef up that D-line in Dallas for sure, guys, because they can't stop the run at all whatsoever. They're picking again in the 5th round. A linebacker like Mondon from Georgia, very, very talented guy, 6'3", 235. I think that might be the place to go linebacker-wise. And then we can there's a lot of quarterbacks left. 80.4 grade. I like this spot. Pretty good defender all around the linebacker spot. Need some help on defense as well. All right, the Cowboys are up again at pick 170. I'm taking Jackson Dart here from Ole Miss. Very, very talented guy. You just can't let this guy pass up in the 5th round. They got all these 5th round picks. I just love that spot for him at pick number 170 overall. And a lot of guys are thinking that he could be a top 10 guy in this draft class. Fairchild from Georgia is another really good player, 73 grade. He's kind of regressing a little bit, but he's given up no sacks in his college career. Georgia Bulldogs are always very talented players. They play against professional D linemen, in my opinion. So for me, bringing in a guy like Fairchild, who's got really good pedigree, is a solid pick at pick 171. In the 6th round, pick 183, Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, looks pretty good. He only has 1 touchdown this year, but he's been a pretty good player so far for the Oregon Ducks, right? There's some good centers out there. Jake Slaughter, I love this spot for him. Jake Slaughter's going to the Cowboys. He could play guard. He could play center. He could play a little bit of everywhere, in my opinion. Shiloh Sanders, not my favorite guy. Bernadelle, he's just okay. At this point, when you're drafting late in the 6th round, you want to find someone that can contribute a little bit. I like Holland Pierce as a backup left tackle, a depth guy, just improving every single year. He's only given up 1 sack this year. Pretty much high 70 grades everywhere. I love that pick coming in very late. Now let's take a look at analyzing our draft. Jeanty, we got an A. The edge defender, didn't love that pick. Jalen Royals, a B, solid pick. I liked CJ West. Mondon Jr., the B+. Then we got a a B overall grade. They have a lot of late round picks, so you're not going to get A's in here, but I love Jackson Dart. I'm telling you guys, they need a better backup quarterback, a younger guy. Dak Prescott gets hurt too much. If I'm them, I'm drafting a guy like Jackson Dart in that late 5th round, 6th round. I love this haul, man. Jackson Dart, Jalen Royals, Ashton, Jeanty, and we got a center and a guard, some really good interior defensive line help as well, some edge defenders, some linebackers. A great mix, Cowboys fans. Let me know in the comments below. I think if Cowboys fans got a haul like this, you can't really complain about it, right? We got one of the better quarterbacks in the draft, in my opinion. Some edge help, some wide receiver help, a bona fide superstar running back, and we got a guard, a center, and a tackle in the late round. They're all very solid players to be drafted this late in the draft. I love this draft for the Cowboys. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you're interested in getting early access to my content, you just want to support me and the channel, or you want to get my bets every single Friday, make sure you check out my memberships. I have a 99-cent tier just to support the channel, and for $4.99 a month, you get early access to all my videos, a bunch of exclusive member content like my bets each and every Friday. Make sure you take the time, check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.